Let's go to question 1. The equation x squared minus 5x minus 7 equals 0 has roots alpha and beta. The equation x squared plus px plus q equals 0 has roots alpha plus 1 and beta plus 1. Find the value of p and the value of q. For x squared minus 5x minus 7 equals 0, we know a equals 1, b equals negative 5, c equals negative 7. Alpha and beta are the roots of this equation. So we have alpha plus beta equals negative b over a equals 5. Alpha times beta equals c over a. That is a negative 7. For a second equation, x squared plus px plus q equals 0. We know a equals 1, b equals p, c equals q. Since alpha plus 1 and beta plus 1 are the roots, so we have alpha plus 1 plus beta plus 1 equals negative b over a. That is a negative p. For alpha plus 1, beta plus 1, that equals c over a equals q. For this equation, let's simplify. You will get alpha plus beta plus 2 equals negative p. Alpha plus beta, that is 5. So we get 5 plus 2 equals negative p. 7 equals negative p. So p equals negative 7. Let's organize this equation. Do the FOIL first. Alpha beta plus alpha plus beta plus 1 equals q. So q equals alpha times beta plus alpha plus beta plus 1. We know alpha times beta, that is a negative 7. So we plug in negative 7. Alpha plus beta, that is a 5 plus 5 plus 1 equals negative 1. So q equals negative 1 and p equals negative 7. When you are given two roots of a quadratic function, you will go to sum and product of roots. Let's go to number 2. Consider the equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a is not equal to 0. Given that the roots of this equation are x equals sine theta and x equals cosine theta, show that b squared equals a squared plus 2ac. This is a quadratic function. We know x1 equals sine theta, x2 equals cosine theta. We know the property of sine theta and cosine theta, that is sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. In other words, we get x1 squared plus x2 squared equals 1. From the quadratic function, we do know x1 plus x2 equals negative b over a, and x1 times x2 equals c over a. We do know the property a plus b squared equals a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So a squared plus b squared equals minus 2ab both sides. a plus b squared minus 2ab. So we can write down a squared plus b squared equals a plus b squared minus 2ab. Therefore, x1 squared plus x2 squared equals x1 plus x2 squared minus 2x1 x2. Now, we will use this to substitute x1 squared plus x2 squared. That is x1 plus x2 squared minus 2x1 x2 equals 1. We know x1 plus x2 equals negative b over a. So negative b over a squared minus 2 times c over a equals 1. b squared over a squared minus 2c over a equals 1. LCD is a squared, so we multiply by a squared, a squared, a squared. You will get b squared minus reduce 2ac equals a squared. Therefore, b squared equals a squared plus 2ac. We finish proving. Remember this formula, very useful when we are dealing with sum and product for roots. Let's go to number 3. The quadratic equation x squared minus 2kx plus k minus 1 equals 0 has roots alpha and beta such that alpha plus beta equals 4. Without solving the equation, find the possible value of the real number k. Since for this quadratic function, sum of the roots equals negative b over a. For this x squared minus 2kx plus k minus 1 equals 0. We know a equals 1, b equals negative 2k, c equals k minus 1. So we get 2k for alpha times beta equals c over a, which means k minus 1. We do know alpha squared plus beta squared equals 4. According to the formula, a squared plus b squared equals a plus b squared minus 2ab. We can write down alpha plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta equals 4. Alpha plus beta, that is 2k squared minus 2 times k minus 1, because alpha times beta equals k minus 1 equals 4. Organize 4k squared distributive property minus 2k plus 2 equals 4. This is a quadratic equation. Keywords is equals 0. Minus 4 both sides. We will get 4k squared minus 2k minus 2 equals 0. We have common factor is 2, so we divide it by 2 both sides. We will get 2k squared minus k minus 1 equals 0. Ninja x negative 2 over 2 over 2. This is negative 1. Negative 2, 1. Reduce negative 1, 1. Variable is k. Bottom up k minus 1 times 2k plus 1 equals 0. K1 equals 1. K2 equals negative 1 over 2. So answer will be k equals 1 or k equals -1 over 2.